Okay, well, so maybe you can take this time since we're waiting for people to fill up anyway. If you guys are still somewhat not understanding how Baha HL works, one of the main reasons why you don't paralyze gravity and all that stuff right off the bat is because he has this mechanic where he gets his debuff resistance much higher when he as it progresses. But I mean by how many times you cast it on him or something like that. So most of the time the important ones, the first 50% is not really important to paralyze all that. The only ones that you really need to paralyze is like 50% onward, 50% and below. The gravity is only somewhat needed on Earth onwards because it hits really hard with his Ogi. The rest of them is not really that useful, I guess. It's not really that it's like a must-have kind of thing. So yeah, the once is below, because most of the time the first 70%, yes, because 70 is where the Earth is, then 60% is where wind starts, then 50% goes back to dark, right? The Ogi for the first 70% is not really that drastic. Maybe at most if you're still relatively new and you have very low HP and shit, you'll probably just want to have like a phalanx, I guess, during his overdrive Ogi. But I don't think you'll be really pressing that much buttons anyway if you're still very low level, because there's no bloody way he's gonna get MVP anyway, right? So why rush when you can just like take your own time and at least try to stay alive kind of thing. So every 10% he changes element for the first 50%. So every 10% he changes element. Every time he changes element, he will trigger his Ogi to full, and he does the usual Ogi stuff. So usually people will automatically do phalanx for that, so you don't have to really worry unless you somehow screwed up the timing. You can ask for the phalanx, I guess. But that's kind of like about it. But once it's the real, I guess you say the fun stuff is below 50%, where he starts to have his hyper dimension shit in the 50% to 25% when he's in overdrive. What hyper dimension does is that he technically will do a semi RNG true damage thing. I think I'll just call it true damage because it's unblockable. There's no way you can block that damage. It's 100% hit no matter what. And depending on RNG, if it's because it's a 4-hit super high damage thing, if you're lucky, it will split between all 4 characters. If it does that, means nobody will die unless you have very low HP. So if you are very low HP, then I'm so sorry. If you have not so low, not so high HP, you have one character will still die. So most of the time you put Song in your 5th slot because you wouldn't want to paralyze the guy right off the bat, right? So every time when he at times where what you call that, you want, as a light guy, as somewhat a support light guy, you want to eat that hyper dimension just so you can bring Song from the bench into play once it's below 50%, so you can start doing your paralyze and shit. Because once below 50%, if you can actually prolong his break mode as long as you can, or keep him paralyzed and all the shit, that's usually like the good thing. Thanks for follow, bro. Was 55%. Alright, okay then, there you go. All I know is just it hits fucking a lot, so so yeah, that's more or less it. Then the other thing that you probably just want to know, that he does Skyfall every time he's in overdrive, in 25% and below. And you know what Skyfall is, right? If you've done a normal Bahamut, you will know what Skyfall is, which is she does 5-9 damage. Yeah, 5 nines, 99,000 damage to the entire party, which you just need to have either Athena or Dark Carbuncle with Phalanx if you want full immunity. So yes, then the normal Ogi does that stupid multiple hit thing, but when he's 25% below, he hits that Ogi, hits really hard. So you want to have Phalanx during that part. Other than that, I think it's self-explanatory, right? And 6 nines? Okay, then. Oh, okay. So it's just that because And also landing gravity in the last 25% is very, very crucial, else he'll just have one turn Ogi, and that will be quite retarded. And I'm quite surprised that there's still 3 more slots there. I thought they were supposed to be full. But anyway, other than that, I think it's quite okay. You just have like, as long as people, if you can actually land your break locks, you can land paralyze, you can land fear, all that shit, it'll be relatively easy. Yeah. As long as if you have like the 18 people, right, you have quite a few people that actually does quite a significant amount of damage. I think it's fine. I mean, right now, where's our Milku? Yes, this guy does all the damage for us. He's carrying the shit out of us.